David, you're on the air.
Oh, good morning. Welcome back there, Bill.
Thank you, David. Great to be back.
First time I've ever spoken to you. I'm going to try to make a lot of things to say, so we'll keep it quick. First thing, I guess, is full disclosure, because as all your listeners are adept at trying to pick out motivations, I'm just an engineering student, got no affiliation with the Muskrat Falls project.
There seems to be a bit of paranoia in the land, I must say, and
well,
looking for hidden motives, yeah.
That's it, right? And I mean, it says something about how the attacks have gone. You attack that subversive nature. And so, it's interesting when someone of Cabot Martin's pedigree puts together a very large, it's almost 100-page document, which seems to be the smoking gun. Listen, I read it over. It's quite, and full disclosure as well, I also want to say this is not a government thing. I have about little respect for this government, so it's not a matter of defending the government in this, but as far as the project goes, which I have questions about too, especially on the financial end, I don't have them on the technical end, okay?
You're saying that as an engineering student, are you?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not an electrical specialist. I'm not going to proclaim any specialized knowledge, but I know how to read a technical document. And
what are you studying, civil engineering?
Process engineering, actually.
Yeah, right.
And so part of that is be able to, part of any engineer is be able to look critically at a technical document and look it over, right? And so, I read over the document a couple times, went through all the links, and I got to say, this is written by a lawyer. This is nothing more but subjector, leading questions. There are all kinds of make-your-own-assumption kind of statements. The amount of hypocrisy that's in this, about 30, 40 slides are all related to arguments put forth by Natural Resources Canada. Then there's one slide that actually states, quote-unquote, from Natural Resources Canada, and I'll even read it. NRC does not have engineering expertise to review and comment on the specific technical details, blah, blah, blah. And it's his understanding that the existing capabilities seem reasonable. So, there's contradictions within it.
So what's your bottom line on the Cabot Martin document?
Well, it's garbage. Honestly, it's like a first-year approach. It's written by a lawyer, not an engineer. Yeah. If you actually go and read all the source documents, his underlying argument is that there's unanswered questions. Go and read the document, especially the 99 AGRA study. The entire thing is laid out there. His big pinnacle is the idea that SNC has just put out this Job Act application. Yeah. Okay, go back to 1999. The actual timeline is laid out then. And month one of the project is when you would actually do this hiring. The idea that, people attack this because Muskrat Falls was given work before it was, commissioned, before it was started, that Nalcor was... But now they're attacking them because they haven't done the work beforehand. It's really insulting. There are some points to ask about this. This is a valuable project. My own concern is that as a valuable commodity, we got to make sure that we're going to keep control of this. There are sharks out there that are going to be desperate to get their hands on this.
I'm sort of in your boat on this, David. I have to say, speaking as a lawyer now, not as an engineer, I have to say that I'm, in principle, have been, still am, in favor of the Muskrat Falls project.
Technically, it's an incredible project.
Technically, I don't know. I'd have to defer to you and your profession on that. But financially, it's a big bite out of the apple, and we have a small little population and tax base here, and are we biting off more than we can?
There's some questions about that, but if you look at the time frame of this project, and that's what often people will eliminate when they're looking at the cost of this, $8 billion, but you're looking at basically a 50-year project here, right?
And more, yeah.
Yeah, and that is to say, any other project where you're talking about, and I don't care if you're talking about building a new cogeneration plant for natural gas, which is a pipe dream right now, or the windmills, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
All these things have very short time frames. If you time value this whole thing out, it is economical. Now, the question is, can we afford it all up front?
Yeah.
And this comes down to the idea of, well, you know what? With their oil bonanzas, which is supposedly, on the way out, but we got some more oil out there. We got some revenue. If not now, then never. And this is a project that is going to...
And, David, the other aspect of this, which started me on sort of a positive side of it from the very beginning, is that when the Upper Churchill comes back into our fold yet again.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have some method or some proven method of being able to transmit that to the ultimate markets, we are then in the clutches of Quebec Hydro once more for the foreseeable future. And that's a big issue to my mind.
It is a huge issue. And, I mean, you know, it comes down to future projections. Look, I love the idea of energy. I'm a big believer. You can't even look at money anymore. It's about energy. And this future, we are energy starved. Yeah. And you got to look at it this way. The growth potential in the Northeast United States, which is the highest concentration of energy use, is such. And you're looking at the coal plants coming offline. Obama's already making sure that due to the Clean Air Act. Mm-hmm. When you look at the fact of the nuclear power plants that are already out of date and will be coming off the line, we're looking over the next 30 years of a major energy shortage, no matter what anyone says. The cogeneration, the natural gas, barely will replace the coal that's going to be coming offline.
David, when do you graduate from...
if I can get my act together another month, sir.
So you'll be out in the job market. If I was an employer, I'd certainly be looking for you.
If
you don't mind me saying.
And I got to make another quick point about like when people talk about Germany. Listen, the secret is there's no magic bullet out there, okay, when it comes to energy production. Right. Germany, every one of their projects is subsidized by the taxpayer. Oftentimes, you don't even see it in the power bill. Yeah. Talk to Ontario, right, about this in terms of subsidizing wind power. Yeah. And the thing is, Germany has had this, they just canceled a lot of their subsidies, or are in the process of canceling their subsidies because they can't afford it. Right. You know, everyone is facing major critical decisions. I'll put it this way. If other jurisdictions had a Muskrat Falls, it would already be done.
Well, David, thank you very much. We'll end on that very, very interesting note. And listen, don't be a stranger at all as you get out on site, so to speak. Don't hesitate. Give us a call and give us the benefit of your
I don't know if I'll ever be an expert, but it's a pleasure talking to you there, sir. And you have a good day. Best of luck.
Thank you very much, David.
Bye-bye.
Nice talking to you. Bye-bye. Well, there you go. Certainly, David, as a professional process engineer, trained to think and look at things critically, skeptically, cynically even, to see if they can work technically and in terms of the process that's been touted. He's all for it. And you have to listen to that. You have to listen to it seriously.